And welcome back to Week 8 of Hometown Hoops. The Michigan Warriors filed for dormancy last week, which a lot of people thought meant that the ownership team was going to move them.
But the owner, Pat McEachern, says it's simply a formality to get the team on more stable footing. Jamie Edmonds has more in depth.
Thanks so much, guys. I'm joined by a special guest this week. I'm joined by Pat McEachern, the owner of the Michigan Warriors, and it's a timely interview because your team was in the news a lot last week.
Yeah. Yes, we were.
Yes, you were. It's because you filed for dormancy and people were concerned that you're moving the team. Let's set the record straight. Are you going to move the team?
No. In fact, what I spoke with a couple of people, yourself being one of them, that the purpose behind that was to give us an opportunity to have discussions with the management group from the arena, the owners of the arena, which is a bank, as well as a couple of promotions companies to try and find a way to stabilize the existence of the team at the arena in the longer term. Next year is our last year in our lease, and then we go into a 2-year option. And what I was trying to do was create a situation wherein we would be able to enter into discussions and come to some type of an agreement wherein the team would have a longer term existence than just a 1 year and a 2-year option, and it would have more input from other local business entities within the community.
Okay, so perhaps it could be one or a couple different parties owning the team, managing the team, right? That's the idea. What can you tell us?
Yes, that's exactly what it would come down to. I would not be necessarily the sole owner, that there would be multiple ownership, but the ownership would have a contributing element to it, not so much in a financial standpoint, but in an operational and or promotional standpoint.
Okay, and so we're just in the early stages of that right now?
Well, we're in the early stages of it, but it's moving along pretty quickly. This isn't a real complicated thing to do. It doesn't take, weeks and months to accomplish.
All right, well, thanks for coming to join us and tell us your plans, and hopefully you tell us in the next, would you say 10 days, hopefully an announcement of some sort. And of course, Earl and I will be talking, and Dylan, about the playoffs upcoming. Hopefully they get a spot. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jamie. Now time for our game of the week. The final Big 9 championship on the line. Carman Ainsworth hosted Davison. One conference loss between the two schools, and that was Davison at the hands of the Cavaliers. Now the Cardinals with the shot, of course, at revenge tonight, and the Cavs looking for the undefeated conference schedule. And we're going to see Denzel Watts here. You know he was going to get his, the crossover, and he stops, he pops. 20 points on the night for him, including that 3. Cavs with the big lead at the half. But Davison, they come back from being down double digits. J.C. Corzales with the floater, 16 for him, but Carman Ainsworth just too much. Cameron Morse here with the drive. He finished with 15. Then Malik Seals puts it away, a drive of his own. Carman, the very last Big 9 champion, they won it outright, but Coach Rutt fortunate to get the win.
Well, we had a problem the other night when teams come out and pressure us in man-to-man. Some of our guys just start giving the ball up, and that's what happened. We were fortunate we built a big enough lead that it was enough at the end, but give Davison great credit. Their team never quits. They got a great coaching staff, and their kids always play hard.
Still hard to believe that Powers was not in that championship run this year. Tough season for both them and Flushing. Chargers hosting the Raiders tonight, the last Big 9 matchup for both of these teams. First quarter scramble for the ball finally ends up with Powers. Peter Plasters finds Michael Wilson. Easy deuce there. Chargers up 3. Next possession, this time off the rebound. Nick Sullivan goes to Eric Thompson for another layup. Great transition basketball. Powers now ahead by 5. Flushing finally responds. Christopher Triplett almost loses the ball before kicking it out to Hunter Konazuski, who buries the 3. Too little too late, though. Powers wins it 61-42.
All right, now Flint Northern, they have a date with Saginaw next Monday, but they have to get past Northwestern tonight. First quarter, Roderick Adair, he passes it to Shavoris Russell. Ties the game up at 3, but Northern, they're going to get hot. Off the steal here by Richmond Lewis. He's going to find Darius Toynes with the T in the corner. Vikings up 4. And more of the same. The next possession, this time the steal by Marcus Ford. He goes to Ramon Lewis from the corner, the same spot. Wet ball. Northern up 7. Wildcats have to call for time, and they respond with a basket. Al Robinson, he goes to Carl Jackson inside. He ended the night with 15 points, 13 rebounds. Northwestern, they go on to win it 57-47.